The Ministry of Women Affairs, in collaboration with United Nations Population Fund, on the 5th February in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, held the 2021 Joint Ministerial Press Briefing on International Day of Zero Tolerance of Female Genital Mutilation. The press briefing was aimed to unite, fund and act to end female genital mutilation in the country. According to the Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Pauline K. Tallinn, the commemoration is a time that avails all actors the opportunity to review progress and challenges, including ensuring that women's needs, voices and perspectives to prevent, resolve and recover from all harmful traditional practice and abuse are brought to the limelight.
No time for global inaction. We should all unite, fund and act to end female genital mutilation. Let's stop the cut. Please raise this flag. We must all join hands to stop the cut. The theme speaks to our collective responsibilities in the campaign against female genital mutilation. I would like to commend the efforts of all our partners from the UN agencies, particularly UNFPA. We appreciate your commitment and zeal to end female genital mutilation in Nigeria, and I want to reassure you of my ministry's full commitment to work, not just work, to work and talk. We must intensify advocacy at all levels to see that every well-meaning Nigeria address and have zero tolerance towards female genital mutilation. As civil society organizations, we appreciate all the good work you have been doing. The media, the private sector, and individuals who have been challenging the status quo, particularly leading great advocacy to raise massive awareness about female genital mutilation harmful effects using all available means. Let me single out in particular UNFPA for their support in this regard. FGM is an unhealthy traditional practice inflicted on girls and women worldwide. It is widely recognized as a violation of human rights, which is deeply rooted in cultural beliefs and perception over decades and generations, with no easy task for charge. It is a procedure which involves the partial or total removal of external female genital and leaves injury to the female genital organs, whether for culture or any other non-therapeutic reasons. In places where it is practiced, it is seen as a rite of passage of a girl child to womanhood. The practice is usually encouraged by family members in the fear and belief of societal sanctions. The procedure of female genital mutilation has no health benefits for girls and women. Adverse consequences of female genital mutilation are shock from pain and hemorrhage, infection, acute urinary retention following such trauma, damage to the urethra or anus in the struggle of the victim during the procedure, making the extent of the operation dictated in many cases by chance, chronic pelvic infection, retention, cysts, sexual difficulties, obstetric complications, bleeding, prolonged labor leading to fistula formation, among others.
She further stated that available statistics revealed that Nigeria has the highest number of cases of female genital mutilation in the world, and the recommendations such as educating, sensitization, and empowering women will go a long way in curbing the menarche in the country.
Available statistics reveal that Nigeria has the highest number of cases on female genital mutilation in the world. This accounts for about 115 million out of 130 million circumcised women worldwide. The South-South zone has 77% among adult women as the highest prevalence practice in Nigeria. This is followed by Southeast zone with 68% and Southwest Zone with 65%. The northern part of Nigeria is also not free from this practice, but is more prevalent and high in the south. Eliminating female genital mutilation is crucial to realizing many of the other sustainable development goals, including targets on health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, decent work, and economic growth. While the practice of female genital mutilation continues, girls and women are denied quality education, opportunities for decent work, and their health, including sexual and reproductive health, and their well-being are also threatened. This practice violates their human rights to body integrity. For the millions of girls currently at risk of FGM, this new global goal brings the promise of a better future. As a member of the global community, it violates basic human rights principles, which are hinged on some of the following: the right of the child, the right to life when it results to the death of the victim, the right to the highest attainable standards of health, the right to freedom from torture or cruel, inhuman, or degrading treatment or punishment, right to the highest attainable standard of health, principles of equality and non-discrimination on the basis of sex. Permit me to inform this gathering that the present administration, under the able leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari, is aware of the grave dangers of this practice by women and girls. This informed the emphasis on one of the priority deliverables of this ministry from 2019 to 2023, as collaborate with the Ministry of Health to eradicate harmful practices to women and girls, including female genital mutilation.
According to the UNFPA country representative, made known to the press that the UNFPA is against all forms of harmful practices such as female genital mutilation, and that these deprive women or a girl their basic fundamental rights, as well as depriving them of their full potential. She further stated that this menace, if not eradicated, is likely to occur over the next decade. She also gave recommendation that educating and creating awareness to women and the local communities at large will go a long way in curbing and reducing the dangers of this practice.
UNFPA's stand of zero tolerance to gender-based violence and all forms of harmful practices on the International Day of Zero Tolerance to Female Genital Mutilation. Female genital mutilation represents one of the most gross manifestations of gender inequalities and deprives a girl, a woman, of her or their basic fundamental human rights. It's their right to bodily integrity, and depriving that right creates and sustains power imbalances that limits access to opportunities and resources, and therefore prevent girls and women from realizing their rights and their full potential. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, more than 200 million girls and women have experienced female genital mutilation, and at least 4 million girls are at risk of undergoing this practice every single year. Sadly, Nigeria alone represents 10% of that number. Unfortunately, we also have to face that 2 million additional cases of female genital mutilation is likely to occur over the next decade as a consequence of the COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 is threatening to reverse the progress made towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goal 5, which is gender equality, and specifically Target 5.3, which is to eliminate female genital mutilation. So this and tomorrow is a call to greater action It's a call for everyone to realize the severity. It's a call for action. According to UNESCO, at least 11 million girls are at high risk of never returning to school as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. So, needless to say, but I will still say it, is that this affects future generation of girls because women with less education are more likely to support the continuation of female genital mutilation. Therefore, while girls today are 1/3 less likely to undergo the practice compared to 3 decades ago, progress is not universal and progress is not fast enough.
I'll use myself as an example. I barely escaped being mutilated because I have an auntie who was a lawyer who strictly warned my brother and all his brothers and sisters and even prepared a lawsuit. In short, on the night we were about to be mutilated, it was God's divine intervention. The first person has gone in Bucha. I was to go next, and she came. Usually it takes place in the morning hours, 5 a.m. in the morning. They bring the girls, and they just take you there. They just hear you. You won't know. You'll be sleeping. They just take you from the sleep and cover your mouth, take you by the back door. And it's so volatile, so violent that they make sure you don't scream. It's an abomination. The next level, you must not hear that you're being caught. They close your mouth, make sure you don't scream. A huge woman will sit on your chest. It's a terrible thing that we walk brutal. And the another one again, who is a professional in that, will be under another one, they will be holding your legs and the boots are very prayer. You see the blood gushing everywhere. Some bleed and die. I've lost the cousin in that process and some friends who don't come out of it. And it's the traditional practices that it's like an honorable, you understand, will be put thereafter in a family room for a month or two, you'll be given all the first diet and treatment. And for those of us who are not butchered, mutilated, we are looked at as a promiscuous young woman. In short, you barely get a husband around that community.